So, I want to talk about this thing some used car buyers have. I consider it as an illusion. You know, yes, most car buyers, especially the used car buyers, have this illusion that um, the used car they are expected or they are searching for or they want to buy must be in the same condition of for a brand new vehicle. So it's not like one time observation. This is something I've observed for years, dealing with people. It's not everybody, but people. People sometimes, they pay me. One of the services I provide pay me to, search for, inspect, and recommend out of everyone that I've done provided the services for. We find some, they keep rejecting. Oh no, not this one. Oh no, not this one. Oh, not this one. Oh, not this one. You keep wondering, okay, why, even though I've seen this inspected and say, wow, I mean, this car, if you can afford this, go for it. It's one of the best I've seen so far. When it comes to the condition of the vehicle, they keep putting, oh, but I don't want the one I will have to spend a dime on before I start using. So sometimes they don't come out to say it, but you could tell from the conversation this is what the person is actually um, looking for. you know it's better how you try to explain. You realize um you know it's just a mind thing, your mindset thing. So it's not just people, people who paid for this service. I'm talking about, generally, when you talk to some people, or some people call you and maybe you advertise a car, or they want to know about the vehicle, or once they, I mean, you could be surprised even when you are telling the person, the vehicle has one of the sensors, oxygen sensor, or this needs to be replaced, or this, they'll be like, no, like, I mean, what do you actually consider? How do you think a used car is meant to be? Okay, let me even not go this far. I mean, let's talk about new car. I mean, new cars, yes, if you're buying a new car, I mean, you shouldn't be buying it to spend money very near future in doing any repairs, replacement. So you are giving, what do they call it? Warranty, which is uh, same as guarantee. So, which is more like an assurance from the seller that this product will serve this particular purpose, or assure of the quality, or this and that. But then it also means, in case this our claim, now one of these services we are claiming this product will provide for you, or services we provide, if anything happen, if one of it doesn't meet our claim, it means we can, if it's a product, we can probably replace the product for you without you paying for it. So when it comes to vehicle, it means, yes, we are giving you the assurance that this engine will serve you for 50,000 kilometers within a space of this or less, whatever the conditions are. But if anything, even though we know that this is supposed to last without causing or failing, however, we also know that anything can happen as far as this particular universe or life is concerned, physical life is concerned. So if case the engine fails or this fails, one of the part of this vehicle that our warranty covers fails, or something happens and it wasn't caused by mismanagement or out of negligence by the user or whoever, that will take that responsibility by person, so you see the point where I'm going. I mean, just because, so once you start using something, there's always a possibility that it might fail. So that's why they give that warranty. So when you bring it back to used vehicles, once you buy a brand new car and drive it off the showroom, the wear and tear has started. No matter how new, no matter how genuine, no matter the quality of whatever parts that we are using assembling that vehicle, their lifespans have started, the countdown have started, they are wearing out, they are gradually failing. The difference is the quality, like let's assume the engine, the quality of oil you use, this and that you do, it just to elongate it. Rather than failing the next day or so, just to keep it to last longer before it eventually pack up or wear out. So vehicle is made up of how many components or parts? I mean, I can't even tell you, probably millions or thousands, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of components. I'm talking about different, even the bolt, nut, washer, everything, So you need to understand what it takes to produce a vehicle. It's an assembly of so many things. So once the car, even without being in motion, once you crank even without even cranking the engine, just because a car is sitting one place, wear and tear is going on. So when you are buying a used vehicle, this is my advice. Stop looking for a car that does not have any faults. Instead, look for a car that has a fault, but minor faults that you can live, take care of without spending fortune. Or faults, you can deal with them maybe much later after the purchase, but it's not something that if you don't spend money on that at time, which probably may be too high, then you won't be able to use the car. So in that case, you may probably prefer to get one that whatever faults or repairs or attention needed was something that you could easily deal with. So this is what you should be looking for, not I don't want a car without fault. That is an illusion. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist as far as you are in this universe. If you are listening to me, it means you are in this universe. So it doesn't exist in this life. A used vehicle, that's why I say it's an illusion which people actually buy into or believe. That's why they go online or listen to some people, that dealers, even private car sellers, telling them, oh, this car has no fault, just buy and drive. If you believe that crap, then you actually deserve the whatever consequences you get from that. Now, it doesn't mean that anyone saying that means the car is deadly abused. No. What it means is you have to, I don't know, I would say you're actually a fool to believe that. Because some people, this might be their first experience with vehicles, so they know nothing about vehicles. So, but if you have used car and you are switching, you're getting a second one switching, or you use more than one vehicle, or you don't use a car for years, and someone is saying, oh, my used vehicle that I'm selling, or a dealer, or this has no fault, and you actually believe that. When I mean fault, I'm saying there's nothing on that vehicle that needs repair or replacement. Then either you are a fool or you are too ignorant to actually understand how physical life works. saying for someone who have used car for a long time to believe that kind of crap. And not everybody is an expert. They understand that you may not have that technical eye to know that there are actually some part of the vehicle that need attention or at least on replacement. But doesn't mean those things there are no faults, or those things don't actually need those replacement in that vehicle. Maybe to you, all you need is you crank the engine, it starts, and you look at the instrument panel, there's no warning fault. You gear the car into motion, there's nothing. You will see. Then to you, everything is all right. I mean, where do I even go to start? I mean, if you are buying a used vehicle, it doesn't have to be a Peugeot car. You understand that there are things we call preventive or preventative maintenance. You know, even if the car doesn't have or use timing belt, the car uses engine oil. It has engine, right? I see, at least not here. I don't know about other parts that use electric vehicles. I'm talking about here that we still use IC. Uses engine. The car vehicle has engine. So, meaning the oil has to be renewed. You don't rely on the old oil that is the engine, which you don't even know what is there or what the time the previous owner put the oil. It could tell you anything. It could tell you the oil was put there the previous day. It could tell you anything just to sell the car. You could claim that you use the same quantity of oil you have in mind. They say anything to get rid of, to collect the money from you. So you buy, then you fix. You put what you want to use on that vehicle. Same thing goes. The previous user of the vehicle could be that the brake pads is already almost about to get to the point of eating up the brake disc. Of course, you start the vehicle, move it, the brake works. So you nothing to spend money on. But if you don't replace that brake pad, it's likely going to cause accident that could wreck that vehicle, even if maybe even damage you as a human being. Or if nothing happens, it's going to damage and create more expenses for you by damaging the brake disc. So you check those things. What about the tires? You're buying a car, it's likely the tire is almost has expired or is worn out or this and that. Are you saying you're not going to buy a car because the tires are weak? Seriously. You are buying a car, you are looking at, you don't want to buy a car that you want to replace the tires. Then you are not yet ready to buy a vehicle. Because no matter how good a tire, those tires on the vehicle could be, it's just a question of time, you're going to replace them again. So what happens when they become weak? So you can't claim you reject a vehicle because the tires are weak. I could go on and on. I'm even talking about the normal wear and tear. Let's talk about things that do break down. As in, could be that one of the sensors is bad, which expected to fail at some point. So you're not going to buy a car because the sensor. What if you buy the one that there's no warning sign, but the sensor actually is about to fail? The next day, it now fails. So what happens? You take the car back to the previous owner and start claiming back for your money because the sensor failed 50 kilometers after you made the purchase. Seriously. Is it not even better that at least you know it's about to fail and you see it, okay, this is something I can deal with, if not now, maybe later, or I deal with it now. This is a use. Even you as a human being, how old from your birth till now, how many times have you fallen ill? How many times have you taken drugs? Probably even hospitalized. So I just wanted to use this video to address it. One of the things I do for people who have paid for this pre-purchase inspection, they will tell you this. Once you have gotten a car through me, they will tell you this. While I'm inspecting, I'm forwarding my reports. And in those reports, I state clearly in each of the vehicle, this and this and this and this are some of the things I find that needs attention. However, from all these, maybe about 5 of them that are not actually something you give immediate attention. If you can't afford them now, it's something that you could actually deal with later. Because you might not even know these issues exist, but with my technical eyes and experience, I've seen that they are there. People that claim, oh, this car don't have any problem, just because they allow the understanding to know that this problem actually do exist on this car, but they don't know. So to them, they assume there's no problem. But I'll see, because I pay attention to details. So I will tell you, no, this, this might need replacement, even though it hasn't worn out. But from the inspection, after inspecting the vehicle, which also comes with diagnosing the vehicle thoroughly, and the rest, and physical, do all kind of things, test and the rest. Depending on how the seller allow me to do this thing, because not everybody will want you to do or carry all kinds of tests during the inspection on the vehicle. They know that you may probably not end up buying, or you may end up not buying. So why would they allow you to start to disintegrate, other words, open up the entire vehicle to check this and that. So depending on where I'm allowed, the extent I'm allowed to carry out this inspection on the vehicle, I do the best I can. And then, for the report, walk away, forget about this one, or no, I will recommend this, or however, this. So if you choose to buy this, you have to urgently deal with this, if you can afford it. If you can't, you have to park the vehicle. When you deal with this, then you start using the car. Or you can buy whatever the attention the car needed is not that urgent. It's something you can gradually deal with. Or you can at least deal with, out of 5, you deal with this first one, which takes priority. The other ones could take you weeks, months, or whatever to now deal with them. And knowing that other things will be coming up even within that time, or may come up, not actually will come up. However, these ones are, some of them might even be things you can actually do without, as in you live with the vehicle years like that, and it won't even affect much in terms of the ownership of the car, start having problem. Because like I say, not everyone will even know some of these things that are being pointed out to the client. So they'll be like, it has never been an issue to me, but to me, to the person, but to me, I see it as an issue which can be ignored without having any adverse effect on the car. However, they are there, but at least you need to know they are there in case you want them to be fixed. So this is what you should be looking out for. Look out for faults. Look out for things that need to be done on a used vehicle. This is the best advice I can ever get for free. Stop looking for cars that have no problem. You will end up buying a messed up one, because these are the ones that will hide, do everything. Look out for the ones that have. It must have. No matter how good the car, it must have. Maybe the exhaust is leaking somewhere, or maybe these spark plugs might need replacement, because they are even though the engine is running well, but from my technical ear I could hear there's a slight misfire, a slight vibration, or something that will tell me, okay, this symptom, even though it's minor, could be coming from this. It could be the way maybe I press the remote control, the way to react will tell me, oh, the battery of the car is weak, so eventually you may have to change, even though it cranks the engine, or the remote control may need this, stuff like this. So always look for, stop waiting for, oh, but all these faults. How can you explain? How can you tell me this car doesn't have any, that this car is good enough? You are recommending you are recommending this car with all these faults listed. You end up regretting it if you have the illusion that you are buying a used car and it's supposed to be a used car that is in a new how do I put it? You are buying a new car with you are buying a used car with no, I'm trying to find a better word for it. You are buying a brand new car with a used car resale value or price. I think that's the best ones. You are buying a new car with a second-hand car price, because it's as if you don't know where they sell new cars or how much they cost. But then you are buying a second-hand car someone must have used for years, thousands or hundreds of thousands of kilometers, and then you want it to be probably in better condition than a brand new one. I mean, that's why I call it an illusion. So expect things to fail. However, know that, okay, what you are looking for is not something like an abused vehicle that you have to spend some time, even more than what you could use to buy another car in better condition. Use it in repairs after the purchase cost. Every now and then, these are things you look out for. The ones that are messed up, it's not your business. You walk away. Let other people who choose to patronize such vehicle, let them go and buy. You save your sanity. Go for something that is normal. Wear and tear comes. It takes you weeks, probably months before you even visit the workshop to do any repair or this and that. Even if there's a repair that is needed, but it's not something that you kill yourself over it. It may not even affect the vehicle, but it's there. Because you get a point in car ownership, there's no need to even bother to fix everything. You just focus on the major part of the vehicle, the main things that will keep the car running. Some minor things, you just have to ignore them, because those of us that use all these classic cars or old cars, you understand. It's not about even, but I have the money. Where will you even find the parts? So the best you can do is do the ones that will keep the car running in good condition without wrecking or doing anything. But some of them, maybe as a small part of the plastic that's broken somewhere, it's not visible. What do? It's not available. Where you find this? You let it go. Let it stay there. New whatever. If you come across one that is still good, you won't park the car because there's something under the dashboard is broken. That only you can see. You can even see. Not other people might not even see. So there are things you could just look at and ignore. Why there are things that they really need to be dealt with. There are slight abuses on vehicle. For example, I won't condemn a car or tell a client to walk away from a car simply because the cooling system electric fan was bypassed or abused, or the thermostat was removed. The engine cooling system thermostat was removed. No, I will not do that. Even though I know there are also consequences eventually when the person buys the car, that there are some things you may end up spending quite a lot of money trying to fix that problem. However, I know that it doesn't mean the abuse cannot be reversed. which might be because while you're inspecting car, nobody will allow you to to open up the front grill, remove the front grill, and start inspecting the bypass wiring connection they did on the fan, or start to remove the cooling system to check the hoses from the radiator to the thermostat housing to know whether they remove the thermostat or not. You have limited time, and even on test drive, you have also limited time and the short distance to cover. It's not your vehicle, so, and it's for sale, knowing that if is no one will allow you to do that. I don't see for such thing because I'm a pragmatic person, because I know that I may end up not recommending that car, so I won't come and waste your time. So I'll just take the shortest time I can. When you see a clean car, there is a clean car. Period. What you not be doing is just to fulfill all righteousness. Once you see a car not that badly abused, or that you are, those of us who are into this are professional and good enough in what we do, we know. Like I said, what we do is not okay. Let me, the details, so I'll know what to put in the report. Okay, this and this and this. Okay, as good as this car, but a little bit bypassed here, this abuse here, this that, but it can be reversed. It can be using the car then gradually reverse them. Or it's possible that it has affected the engine, but the engine can still serve you a year or two before it finally show the symptoms. So you can't say you will buy a car because the possibility that the engine has been abused and that you may end up replacing it in 2 years' time. Come on, you don't even know what will happen in the next 2 years. That it could be, the money could be so excess that you may even decide to or buy 3 of those vehicles and keep. So because of the engine cost, if you say you won't buy a car, so these are things I look out for. I know I will look at the consequences of whatever abuse that was done. But if it's a severe, deadly one, no, it's no point. Like I say, if it's one that will cost more than even the value of the car trying to fix, which you don't even know how more long it's going to take to do all those. What's the point? Come on, move on. There are better ones. So these are the things you have to. It's about, I don't know. So get rid of this illusion in your mind if you are the type that have it when you are looking for used vehicles. Understand that it's a financial responsibility owning a vehicle. Same thing like having a child, having a wife, having a family, even or having a business. These are all kinds of financial responsibilities. Same thing with having a house. So a car is the same thing. You are expected to spend once in a while. So when people sell their car, it doesn't mean that they fix all the problems that even in the next 2-3 weeks or whatever, the point of sale, they fix every problem that supposed to even come up in the next 10 years. They do the best they can and then pass the ownership to somebody else to take over. Because during their ownership, they also spend, they were replacing their door, those things are failing. So it doesn't mean it has stopped on their ball. It continues. So I hope this video makes sense, because I needed to do this to explain it to both people. In case you have plans to contact me or to subscribe or pay for this purchase inspection, please note this. Don't expect that I will recommend a car that have 0 fault. I will not do it. It's not possible. If you have such thing, then don't come, because I will disappoint you. I want people who are very pragmatic, who understand. If you want that, brand new cars, they exist. You go there, you buy. At least these things might happen. Engine might fail. Their cars are their engines under warranty, they failed. The difference is they didn't spend the time and they got a new engine. The companies, the dealers, they replace their engine without them spending a dime or any other part of the vehicle that the warranty cover. So when you are buying a used car, it means you are taking, well, I don't know how the buy used cars purchase in other climes or part of the world, what it entails. But over here, usually this is what is you buy what you how do you call it? What you see is what you buy. Unless you have some kind of agreement written with the seller, that, oh, if you buy this, something happens, then you deal with this. Or depending on what the person tells you at the point of purchase. If he claims, oh, nothing, this and that, then it's his word, so you can use him against him. But me, I don't do that. I'll tell you exactly, this is what I know. This fault is there, this fault is there. Better say, come with your own expert to come and inspect the vehicle. If you don't want to use my own experience or knowledge, get somebody else to come and inspect it. Take that person's word. But I'm not gonna tell you there's no fault with the vehicle. But then, like I say, a lot of people they just live in another, I don't know, different planet. Entitled. I don't know. People feel so entitled that they don't behave like they even live in this physical world with us. The money you have cannot get you that kind of service here. Yet you want a car that would, I don't know. So I hope this video helps, as long as it is. But the point has been made for those who really want to learn, or those who don't know much. This is their first car experience. So before you make the purchase, understand this so that you don't start shouting that you didn't know you had to spend this, fix that. You should. If not for anything, those preventive maintenance, they are there. That usually even my first focus, no preventive maintenance. Usually, I mean, for example, if I recommending a Peugeot vehicle to any client that the vehicle has a timing, uses timing belts and auxiliary belts, I don't care when the previous user changed it. Even if it was minutes ago before the purchase was made, I will recommend you change the comment to the client, you are changing those timing belts, those auxiliary belts. Because I know what will happen if they fail. At that time, you are fucked. You may have the money, but that emotional torture is not something that I know the person would like to go through. Because most times, you end up damaging the entire engine. Some can be fixed, but not all cases. There are cases, for people who don't know, there are cases that their timing belts have been failed and the engines will go as in gone. Not matter what you do. The most saying that try to change the valve, gone, the damaged. Pistons hit this one, crack the cylinder head, and that is the end. You have to go for another engine. Some will even manage and do, and the engine will keep blowing smoke, burning oil, and eventually, weeks later, the person will become frustrated and get another engine. So, avoid it. I don't care whatever the previous seller is claiming, that he changed the chain, but change it. That's the first thing you do. Engine oil, for people I buy vehicles for, they will tell you that engine oil is the last thing I usually change, or at least recommend to the person to replace. Don't hurry for that one. The timing chain, timing belt, auxiliary belt, those are the first things you need to deal with. Okay, so I hope this video helps.